All right, in this section of the course, we are going to be talking about the timestamp, and this is going to be the part one of the lesson. Now, in this part one, we are going to go over a few commands that report back the time and date information in our pgadmin, and this is going to be more useful when we learn how to create our own tables and databases rather than when we are querying a database. Okay. And so we've already seen that Postgre can hold date and time information. So it is possible for PostgreSQL to hold date and time information, as you saw in our DVT rentals database. Now, in some of our tables that we used, we saw that we had some date contained in our tables. Okay. For example, when the customer made some purchases from the store, we saw the date of purchase and thereabout. So this therefore tells us that PostgreSQL also holds date and time and also the year information to say. And these are some of the formats that we have here. We have the time, which contains only the time. We have date, contains only date. We also have timestamp. This contains the date and also the time. We also have the timestamp TZ, which contains the date, the time, and also contains the time zone. Now, we should carefully consider some things when designing a table and database. But we know that in this our course, we are not going to be designing a database. But in case you come across a situation where you need to design a database, you need to consider carefully the date and time data, okay? Because depending on the situation, you may or may not need the full level of the timestamp. Sometimes you may be asked. Okay, you may be asked to query, depending on the situation, you may be asked to only query only the year. Okay, you may be asked to query only the year, or sometimes you may be asked to query only the month. So this is going to be very, very important so that you know which one to apply. All right, so we are going to explore some of the functions and operations that we have, okay, that relates to these data types. We have the time zone, now, time of the day, current time, and also current date. We are going to head over to our pgadmin now, and then in our pgadmin, we are going to see some of these things now. So let's head over to our pgadmin, and the first one we are going to see is going to be the show time zone. Now, when you run this query, it's going to display for you the time zone which you are presently using. And in my case, I'm using the London or the European time zone. So when you write, just type in show time zone. It's going to display that to your data output. Okay. And the next one we are going to look at is the select now. Now, if you write this now and then run this query, you'll be getting the timestamp with the time zone. So it's showing us the year, the month, also the date, the 23rd of May. As at the time of recording this video, this lesson, this is the 23rd of May 2022. And then we have 4:45, that is 4 a.m. 45 minutes, and these are the seconds and the other information about it. Then we also have another one called the select time of day. Time of day. Now, when you run this query, it's telling us that today is Monday, May 23. Okay, you can see that the format is totally different from the previous one we used. That is the now. Okay, and we also have another one called the current date. Current date. If you run this query, it's going to give us only the date of today, which is the 23rd of May 2022. So this is basically how to use this time zone or timestamp in PostgreSQL. So, and in our next lesson, that is in the part 2 of this lesson, we're basically going to explore more on this timestamp. So thank you so much, and I'll be seeing you in our next lesson.